Hello and welcome back to the Shy City Boys podcast. I'm your co-host Carl Liza. With me as always is Jack Steele. Jack, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, we're doing good. We're doing, good late Tuesday night. Not much really going on. That's really about it. It's pretty, like the saying or movie or whatever it's called, Sleepless in Seattle.
I've heard of the movie.
Feels like that in Chicago. I don't know, like what the cozy in Chicago maybe. I don't know. But it's a little quiet today in the city. It's been quiet, the past 2 days. So hopefully things
Yeah.
might get ramping up tomorrow and Thursday. I'm not gonna be in Chicago for the next 2 weekends. So hopefully
Ooh.
things might pick up and during the weekdays more while I'm here.
Oh man. Speaking of that, I know where you're going. You're going back to our home, like area.
I am I
Two
am I
two
am
one nine the region.
I am going back to the region, which is tattooed on my
Oh my gosh, put that
tattooed
away.
on my thigh.
For the people listening and not watching, he
Let me
just pulled
tell the
out his
story.
thigh.
Wait, this is
He pulled
my
out his
tattoo.
thigh tattoo.
Get out of here. This is my
Oh,
tattoo.
oh man, go
For
on.
people listening, I got my first tattoos over the summer, and I'm very artistic challenged, and I didn't really know what to get. And I thought someone that would represent me for the rest of my life, wherever I go, because within my career, I have no destination or where I'm going to be. So I thought, why not get something that reminds me of home? So I have 219 because, well, not just me, but Carl, you're not even from there either. But Carl's not from the 219. But point being is I'm from the 219 with a lot of our other good friends. And that's a place of home. And I've also been a city boy. I mean, I live in the city right now. I've lived in the city the past 2 years and living in the city this year and next year. So that's the tattoo story. I thought it'd be cool to get it. I got it in the South Side logo or the font, like if you see on the White Sox uniforms. That's kind of the font. Kind of wish I could have showed you a little better, but it's better if you see it in person with my pants off. But
Oh, whoa,
but
whoa.
point being is that yeah, I'm going home this weekend. Big UFC fights. Izzy and Wigger and one of our good friends, one of my best friends, Drew Testa, told me he's buying the fights. He's having people over, even a special guest appearance by Big Mike, all the way from Indiana University will be there. I don't know about some other people, but I know so far that Mike and Drew's inviting me and Mike, and how could I turn it down? Always good to watch some fights. Drew's probably like the number one like fight guy in our friend group in terms of USC. So he gets really hyped around it. He's a big Izzy Whitaker guy, whatever. I'm a big Derek Lewis guy. Gotta love the hometown guy. Also got to shout out my boy Sugar Sean O'Malley. But yeah, that's where I'll be this weekend. And next weekend I'm going to Indiana University to party up with those hot girls and see if any of them are single and not dating anyone. So
Okay, well, good for you. You got an invite from Drew. But let's move on.
okay, if you didn't work on weekends, you'd be there too.
Yeah, you're right. But
Exactly.
anyways, so let's talk about the Chicago Bulls.
Oh, Bulls.
So in the last week, they've gone 1-3 and lost their last two.
Yeah.
And it's funny, Jack. The game they lost to the 76ers, we went to the game.
Oh, yeah. What a coincidence. It's almost
we
like
were
we
at
made those
the game.
plans on the last episode.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Go watch the other episode. You'll hear our story about me convincing Jack to go.
Funny news, actually, podcast news, is that video actually got us our newest subscriber.
Oh, wow. Shout them out, whoever you are.
And that has our second most views in the video as well. So it's very popular.
Let's go. Let's make this our highest viewed.
We appreciate the love, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. But so they lost. So in the last week, they've lost to the Toronto Raptors. They beat the Indiana Pacers, which they just made a trade today. We'll talk about that. They lost to the 76ers, and they lost to the Phoenix Suns. I know Lonzo's out. I know Kobe White's out. I know Patrick Williams is out. I know Derrick Jones Jr. is out. Zach LaVine was out for the game against the Sixers. Besides that, Jack, what can we do? Just wait for him to get healthy?
This is the defense without Ball and Caruso is ranked in the bottom 5 in the NBA.
Did I?
And
I don't think I named Caruso.
how dare you? But I get like it sucks because I mean those three losses were against playoff teams, and they were in every one of those games. And they could have won all those games. I mean, the Raptors, they were up by 2 with 10 seconds left. The Sixers, they were down by 4 after being down by 20 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
The same with the Suns. That was just back and forth as well. And
Well, they were down by 20 at one point.
no, they were
To the
down by a
Suns.
lot in that fourth quarter of the Bulls. I'm pretty sure it was like 18 or 16.
Yeah.
They went on a huge 9-0 run to start off that fourth period, but this is kind of like what we talked about last week. Having that being the offense, it's not going to perform like that every game. And defensively, there is nothing there. And look, I know Embiid put up 40 on Vukovic, but that's not Vuk's fault. I mean, we were at the game, like you said. There's nothing he could have done. I mean, he's hitting step back, one-legged shots.
He was scoring effortlessly.
Karis LeVert put up 40 points against us. That's a guy Lonzo Ball or Alex Caruso guards. Last night, Devin Booker, he put up like 38, 39. That's another guy Lonzo or Caruso guards. Yeah. So, I'm not trying to make excuses because now we're the number 3 team in the East. And, we got a couple favorable games coming up for us.
We'll talk about that in a little bit.
It's just, you got to understand, this is also a team with Levine, DeRozan, and Vuk, 3 all-stars. And, you got to wonder when someone going to step up on defense. I mean, the trade deadline is in 2 days. Nothing's been rumored about the Bulls, other than the past couple of days, but nothing new, I guess I should say. There's really a need for a big man, power forward defender until P. Will gets back. And I don't know how you want to play the guard game. I mean, Io's out right now with concussion. Kobe White's been on and off with injuries. The guard is and that's the thing about these injuries for the Bulls. It's not like they're in like different positions. There's 2 positions that are getting hit right now. Point guard and power forward. Point guard, no Caruso, no Ball, no Io now. Sometimes no Kobe White. You look at power forward, it's been no P. Will and no Derrick Jones Jr. for the past month now. Yeah. So it's that the injuries are attacking these 2 positions that you need the most to play defense, in my opinion. So I think the Bulls are going to, DeMar said it really nicely after that Sixers game, about adding people to the team because they lost that game. What are they going to do there? And I think what he said was true. When was the last time we were healthy? Williams got hurt, the 5th game of the year? That was all the way. He got hurt on October 28th, and it's February 9th. Like, they haven't been healthy. And they even played where they were even doing amazing without P. Will. But then Caruso went out. Then Ball went out. Even during those spurts, DeRozan was out. Vukovic was out. Levine. Everyone's been out for the Bulls. Yeah. And at first that was COVID, but now it's injuries. And I think Billy Donovan made a lot of people happy. Obviously, you hope this is true. Is that everyone should be back with at least 12 games left in the regular season.
That'd be fantastic.
And that's huge because DeMar said, when we're fully healthy, no one's going to want to play us. And that is true because this is if you think about it, the starting lineup for the Bull injuries team right now is Lonzo Ball, Alex Caruso, Derrick Jones Jr., Patrick Williams. You can even throw Io in there now because he's hurt. There's so much depth on this team, and we haven't really been able to see it. And I think that's what kind of makes me stable when we lose these games. Like, the fact that we're still competing against some of the best teams in the NBA, teams we're going to have to face to win an Eastern Conference, to win an NBA championship, and we're still there. Just wait. Lonzo comes back, Caruso, Jones, Williams, and who knows if we acquire someone from the trade deadline. So I get, it is frustrating. Don't get me wrong. The Bulls should be playing better than this, but at the same time, you just gotta just roll with what you got. And so far, they've been trying to do it. They've won the games they're supposed to win. They weren't supposed to win against the 76ers. They weren't supposed to win against the Raptors. They weren't supposed to win against the Suns. Right. And Levine is not 100% either. So they're obviously there's room for improvement, and that's really it. But at the end of the day, you and I, Carl, both know what this team can do fully healthy. That's the big picture here. I think the
Absolutely.
Bulls are in the play. They're going to make the playoffs no matter what. And the most important thing is being healthy until the playoffs. And I think Billy Donovan, once we get more down that stretch, might limit DeRozan and Levine until we get to the playoff because our workload has been really a lot lately.
Absolutely. So let's talk about their upcoming schedule. So on Wednesday tomorrow, they have the Charlotte Hornets, and they're going to be on ESPN.
Oh wow!
And then Friday, we're facing Minnesota at home.
Oh wow!
Saturday, we got OKC at home.
Oh.
And then Monday, we have San Antonio at home. We're going on after the Hornets game, we're going on a 6-game home games, 6 straight home games.
That's nice. That's
so
good.
Out of the 4 next games, I can see us go 4-0.
Yeah, and I think
we should go 4-0.
Honestly, I think the biggest worry is Friday's game against the T-Wolves.
Yeah, because they're
sleep
spotty, but they're good.
Anthony Edwards, D'Angelo Russell, Cat, Patrick Beverley. He's you know how he is. I don't really worry about the Hornets because the thing about the Hornets is the Hornets are 100% healthy, but they play like the Bulls right now. They can score, but they have no idea what defense is. And it sucks. We won't see the ball versus ball matchup again. That was fun the first time, but I expect the Bulls to win this game if everybody's healthy. Now Io will not play; he's in concussion protocol.
Yeah.
So if Kobe and Zach are all good to go, this is a game you win against the T-Wolves. That could go either way. Like I said, the T-Wolves are spotty, like you're saying. Thunder, they should win that game, and then I think San Antonio, they should as well. I think they went into San Antonio the first time, kind of chilled, laid back, but I think, the homestand is what this team needs right now just because of, all these missing pieces. And this team obviously plays better at home. So
yeah. Before we move on,
maybe we'll have a new player for some of those games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of new players, let's talk about the trades that happened so far today. So the first trade that happened today was CJ McCollum, Larry Nance, and Tony Snell from the Trailblazers are being sent to the New Orleans Pelicans for Josh Hart, Tomas Satoransky, Nikhil Walker-Alexander, or Alexander Walker, I think that's how it is. Didi Luzarda, a 2022 protected first-round pick, and 2 second-round picks. So, Jack, who do you think won that trade?
Honestly, I think the Pelicans did.
I completely agree.
Obviously, we don't know where Zion and his diet is at the moment, but they still got BI. I'm just trying to think. You got Devontae Graham, CJ McCollum, BI, Zion, and Valanciunas. That's a good team.
Yeah.
I think it does suck that McCollum and Lillard couldn't really succeed.
Yeah.
They were such a fun duo. I really think McCollum is what the Pelicans need when 100% healthy, is a good shooter alongside BI.
Create more spacing.
Yeah, I don't know where Zion's going to be. I don't know what his timetable is. That guy has bigger problems than his weight right now. But
it's been like a month in between reports.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, but at the end of the day, when he's 100% healthy, he's a top 20 player. So,
absolutely.
This is if the Pelicans can be 100%, it's a great trade for them. But if they can't be, you're just wasting money. But for the Trailblazers, this is great for them as well. They freed up a lot of cap space. And now they can try to build around Lillard more pieces. Jeremy Grant has been a rumored piece to be added, but that's kind of like the Trailblazers wanted out of this trade. They get rid of a big contract that wasn't Damian Lillard, and the second biggest contract on the team, CJ McCollum. So
yeah, they make
it was reasonable.
Yeah, with that trade, it's projected the Blazers are going to have $60 million in cap.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's move on to let me give my opinion on the trade. I think it's a good trade for both teams. but I think that's going to be the nail in the coffin for Dame wanting out of Portland. I know he said in reports that he wants to stay, but they haven't done anything. They just sent his best friend in the team away
I think, well,
CJ McCollum.
I think it'll depend what happens in free agency this summer.
I think he'll
Because they have,
trade as soon as the season's over.
Is he on the free? No, I think for Lillard, he's going to be a huge vocal point coming this offseason. If they got the money to spend, he's really going to be adamant about it. And if they don't spend it, then he's going to want to trade.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about the other trade that happened, which I think is a bigger trade. The Pacers are trading Domantas Sabonis, Jeremy Lamb, and Justin Holiday to Sacramento for Tyrese Halliburton, Buddy Hield, and Tristan Thompson. What do you think of that trade?
I don't know what the hell the Kings are doing. I mean,
they traded the wrong player.
It sucks for the Bulls, but credit the Pacers for this trade. I mean, it sucks for the Bulls, but I mean, the Pacers got themselves a decent team right now. I mean, Malcolm Brogdon when he's healthy. Now you got Buddy Hield. Obviously Tyrese Halliburton, Miles Turner. I mean, this is a nice squad. For the Kings, I don't really get it. I mean, De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis, Bagley maybe, but
they don't like Bagley at all.
Yeah, I don't get it for the Kings. Great for the Pacers though. That's going to be a fun matchup now. I'm a very big fan of Halliburton. He's a promising guard, but yeah, that was a questionable trade by the Kings. I think they panicked. Panicked, and I think the Pacers knew that, and they said, "Have Sabonis, like, please, we'll get you." And then they still have a big man. I mean, it's not like they lost. They don't have any big men.
Yeah. So I think they should have traded De'Aaron Fox instead of Halliburton.
Really?
Sacramento. Yeah. Because they're both 2-point guards, not enough ball on the court. But I actually do like this trade for both teams. Like, yeah, you should have traded Fox instead of Halliburton, but I still think the De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis, it's going to be a good tandem.
I feel like if Fox was traded, that'd be even a bigger fleece. I think Fox is way better than Halliburton.
Well, they're putting up similar numbers.
I know, I understand that, but I would take Fox.
And Fox's contract is going into effect next season, and Halliburton is going on his second year on his rookie contract.
Yeah, second year.
So that's just my thoughts. I also really like Buddy Hield. He's going to be a great asset to that team.
Doesn't he have a big contract?
I'm not too sure.
I thought he had a big one.
And then Tristan Thompson, I think that was just to keep the rosters adjusted. Because we know Chloe ain't going there.
We're from Indiana. He's gonna get some girl pregnant in Avon, Indiana, or something.
A Kardashian ain't going to Indiana. That's all I'm gonna say.
All I'm gonna say is there are what's it called? There aren't many major sports in Indianapolis, but from my time, there are a lot of interesting women at IUPUI.
Oh, there you go.
And they have a nightclub there. And so I'm just saying, Tristan Thompson might be making a little mixy at night.
So before we move on, let me just add this little sprinkle in. Bradley Beal is having season-ending wrist surgery.
Oh, shit.
That's going to end his season, and then in the summer, he's going to be available to sign a 5-year, $245 million supermax.
What goes on in Washington that we don't know? This is This is the same thing that happened with John Wall, I feel like.
Yeah, well, John Wall was out for 2 seasons.
Well, still, Bradley Beal's been fighting injuries as for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And now he's about to get this big contract right after a surgery.
He also has a player option this season, so if he wants to leave, he can.
I don't think
if he wants to stay,
I don't think he's leaving. I think he's looking at that fat check and saying, "I'm going to stay here."
It's $36 million too. player option.
That's a nice check, and
Yeah.
that screws my fantasy basketball team now because I don't
Let's not
have
talk about
him
that.
or Paul George, and yeah, it's been rough out here.
Let's not talk about that.
Oh yeah, Carl lost to a person. So we
No.
Carl are in the same fantasy basketball league, and Carl lost to Carl is the worst team in the league, but he lost to the worst team in the league. Someone who doesn't check his lineup, someone who doesn't watch
I didn't
basketball.
look at my lineup. It was my birthday week. I have an exception.
And Carl is lying now, but Carl basically got shunned in our fantasy basketball group chat, and yeah, so
okay, so let's move on.
That's a little sprinkle right there.
Oh man. Okay, so let's talk about baseball. You want to talk about baseball, Jack?
I mean, sure.
So what's going on? Talk to me.
Nothing really. I mean, actually, something interesting. Well, there's like 3 interesting things. Rob Manfred is going to speak to the media this Thursday for the first time. That was interesting. 2, nothing new yet on agreements. Spring training is looking very in jeopardy right now. And the regular season as well, looking in jeopardy. Regular or single game tickets are going on sale in like this week, I believe, so that kind of will be interesting to monitor. And the biggest news, I would say, in baseball since probably the World Series, honestly. I mean, this in my opinion, this might be bigger than the lockout happening, but Major League Baseball has stopped testing for steroids for the first time in 20 years due to the expiration of the sports drug agreement. So what does that mean? Basically, you can take steroids. But the bigger thing is that what's it called? It was a deal that was happening since 2017. They usually renew this, but I feel like they're not going to because they need this now, considering this lockout is ruining baseball. Yeah, so you might see some big boys, guys that got a little bigger in the offseason coming opening day.
Okay, so let's talk about this. So you said the steroid users should not be in the Hall of Fame. So let's say every single person in the MLB, in the major leagues this year, takes steroids.
Yeah.
Are they all ineligible? Or
it's fine now. It's fine now because it's legal.
Oh, was it not legal back in the 90s?
No. Why do you think Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa haven't been, or like getting shunned by baseball? No, I mean, and I think this really will tell you. I'm not saying I don't think a lot of people will do it, but I think this is going to be interesting. The type of players that do it, and it's like, how do you find out? Because they're not going to test. I'm just going to say this: if someone hit 70 home runs this year, steroids. If someone that just hit like 5 or 7 home runs hits 50, steroids. But yeah, I think baseball is at a very desperate time right now. I think we've had a lot of cheating over the past years with Astros specifically, a lot of scandals, and now with this lockout, everyone's getting fed up, even the players. So I think I don't know how this is going to go. I don't know if this is going to go good. This is going to go bad. I know a lot of people like it because everybody loves home runs and 500-foot home runs, but I think it's also important to realize that steroids can really harm your health.
Absolutely, yeah.
And Carl, we do know someone who has worked with. We do know someone who has experimented with PEDs.
We'll say dope.
We're not going to say the name of that person. Of course not. We're not those types of people. But we do know someone who has experimented with PEDs and steroids. Maybe we should have him on the show and kind of ask him the side effects of it.
Just to let you know, it was HGH.
Okay. And he's a lot bigger now than he was when he was a kid. It was a huge spurt. It was almost like it might be something we see this year with baseball players, but we do know someone who has experimented with that type of stuff. So maybe we have to get his feedback on the health. But
Yeah,
I think this is an interesting time for baseball. I think
absolutely.
I don't really know how it's going to be perceived. I
Mhm.
think a lot of people are going to like it, but do managers want their players doing that? Do obviously probably because it makes you better. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, I don't know, man. This is going to be
Yeah,
interesting. This is interesting, but none of this matters until we have an agreement. So we
absolutely.
can legalize sex in the clubhouse. We can legalize steroids. We can legalize balloons. I don't know. Like we can legalize anything. Pine tar for pitchers. There we go.
Ooh.
But none of that matters until we have an agreement, and that we are not close to that.
Yeah. So let's just say it's legal for the season, and you had a bet. Like we had this conversation in our group chat about it. Who would you bet on hitting 100 home runs this season if everyone took steroids?
I mean, I probably would do something on the Yankees just because that's such a
Yeah,
short field.
I personally said Giancarlo Stanton because he's already a fucking monster.
Yeah,
Just
I
adding
feel
to it
I
with,
feel
oh
like
my
he's a
god.
guy who would do it too. I would say Bryce Harper, but I don't think he would do it. I don't think he will.
I don't see him doing it. Like not
Um,
even.
someone that I'm someone on the Yankees.
I also think Pete Alonso.
Yeah, I
I can already see him hit 50.
I
Shout out
could,
Just Baseball podcast. I listen to them. I agree with them. They say Pete Alonso is going to hit over 50 home runs
I
this year.
could see Pistol Pete
Yeah.
doing it.
No, don't call him Pistol Pete. Come
God,
on.
God, I had another name in mind and I can't think about it, but I'm trying to think. Oh man, can't I?
Oh, maybe Vladdy.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think Vladdy?
No, I think it's Dad.
Shohei, I think he's already
I think his dad
on
would
it.
kick his ass. Man, Shohei did steroids. He's a pitcher too. Like,
Yeah.
gotta remember that. And then, oh man, I really can't think of many like players that would really do. I mean, obviously Yankees got like.
No, we're talking about if they like were forced to take it. Like who would not forced, but you
if
know
you're
what I mean.
forced
Like
to take, that's like the vaccine
no,
mandate.
we're saying if everyone took it.
I know that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to think of who would like be that guy other than Stanton or Pete Alonso. Um, you know, this might be a shock, but I can definitely see this being a potential one.
I think I have an idea.
Do you? I didn't know if you were. It sounded like you were gonna guess, so I didn't.
No, go ahead.
No.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's someone on the White Sox.
No, I really can't.
Oh.
I can't think. I don't know, man. I don't want anyone on the Sox to do steroids. It's cheating. Well, not anymore, I guess. But oh man, I feel like your old friend Jock Peterson could be a very heavy steroid user.
Oh wow.
I feel like he could. I feel like he'd really dive into the dip.
With his dyed blonde mohawk.
Yeah. I feel like he would definitely be the guy to do some roids. If Jock Peterson would definitely. No, I got it actually. I thought about it and I got it.
Okay.
And Eugenio Suarez from the Reds.
Oh.
It's a sleeper pick, but my point being is that Eugenio Suarez is a home run or miss guy. He's a guy who can hit a lot of home runs. I just think took a little roids, All-American ballpark, very small. In a weak NL Central, I mean, he's got a lot of pitcher-friendly matchups, so he would be a sleeper for me.
You think anyone in Colorado could?
Oh, geez, I forgot about Colorado. Oh, my God. I mean,
the most hitter-friendly ballpark ever.
I don't even know who's on the Rockies, to be honest with you. I mean,
yeah, I can't think of anyone either.
Wait, Ryan
Trevor
McMahon.
Story. Ryan McMahon.
From MLB The Show. That's the only reason why I know that. David, like Fortes, wasn't he on that? I don't know. Yeah, man. I mean, the Rockies might sign someone now with these steroids. But here's the question now. Since I have a question for you, Carl.
Okay.
Since now steroids, I guess won't be tested. Does the market value for pitchers drop this offseason?
Well,
Because I'm just saying with
well,
steroids,
also
with steroids, if you touch the ball, it's going far. So
you
unless
also
you're
gotta think
unless
about
you're
this.
Jacob deGrom, you're gonna probably crushed.
You got to think about this. The pitchers would take steroids too.
Yeah, but I don't think that.
So
I don't think
you
that
might
helps them like
see
hitters.
the first ever 110 mile pitch
I
if
don't.
everyone's
I
on
don't think
steroids.
pitchers. I think
If
pitchers.
Jacob deGrom took steroids, I could see him throw 110.
Honestly, I think pine tar is more valuable than steroids to pitchers.
Really? Well,
Dude,
no one was
you
throwing
don't understand.
110.
I played baseball. I used to use
Oh
pine
my
tar sometimes. Not like that, but like I just tested it. Like the type of spin you will get on that baseball is insane. So I don't know. I just thought that'd be interesting to see the market if
I don't think it would take a drastic change, honestly.
I mean, there aren't that many good pitchers in the free agent pool at the moment, anyways.
I think we'd see a high demand for breaking ball pitchers and
Yeah,
not
I
just
can
straight
see
up
that.
fastball pitchers.
I could also see a high demand for designated hitter to be used in the NL.
I think they already agreed to do universal DH.
No, I did not.
I'm pretty sure they did.
No way.
But
I don't
okay,
think
so let's move on
Okay, let's
to the big game. We don't want to say the other. We can't say the other word because we'll get flagged or whatever. But y'all know what the big game is, right? We got the Cincinnati Bengals
Oh wait,
and the
why
Los
did we get
Angeles Rams
flagged?
because they trademarked the name of it.
Who'd
That's why you always hear the big game on like the internet and stuff.
Okay.
So the big game. Cincinnati's technically the home team, even though they're playing in SoFi Stadium, the home of the Rams. So, Jack, a couple days out. Has your opinion changed from last week?
You Bengals.
You're still riding the Bengals?
I've been riding them since they beat the Chiefs in the regular season. Now we're still here. I will say
I'm riding.
You're riding.
I'm riding with the Bengals. Joe Burrow.
Joe Shiesty. Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be a fun game though. I think both teams are very similar. I think there's a lot of players on both teams who deserve a ring. Obviously, the Rams are more veteran squad, and the Bengals are more of a young squad. But both teams have a lot of, deserving players that deserve that luxurious ring. And
yeah,
I know it's going to be interesting. I think I don't really know what to expect. I don't know. I've been thinking about this game a lot. I've been trying to do some same game parlays. I actually do have one saved, and I'm going to say this now. So if you want to win money, go bet and listen to my same game parlay that I'm about
not gambling advice. You cannot sue us if you lose all your money.
Yeah, it's a good point. So since now we have updated odds, because last time we did a show it was like 2 months in advance, and now on DraftKings, they have all the odds. So like coin toss, what the first play will be. They have everything.
Nice.
So I had around Bengals money line. This is kind of new from the last time we talked. So Bengals money line. I have Joe Burrow under 329 passing yards. I have Matt Stafford over 229 passing yards. In terms of rushing, I have Cam Akers under 89 rushing yards. In terms of receiving, I have Cooper Kupp under 129. I have Joe Mixon under 49. I have Odell over 59. I also have a touchdown scorer. Would you like to know his name?
I'm gonna guess. You touchdown scorer? Anytime touchdown?
Anytime.
Is it gonna be a defense?
No.
I'm gonna go T. Higgins.
Yeah, actually.
Oh,
And then to top it off, to put the cherry on top of this bet.
ooh,
Actually, I have two other
I
cherries.
like cherries. I like cherries.
The Rams +2 sacks.
Oh, yeah, that's a good bet.
And then this is the cherry on top.
Okay.
If I can find it. Can't find it. This is bad.
But my cherry.
Thought I had it. I guess it's not on here.
Unbelievable.
But okay. Okay, here we go. I think I found one. So team to win from behind. No.
What?
No, this thing screwed me over. What I wanted
Oh
to
my
do
gosh.
what I wanted to do is Evan McPherson field goals. But instead, we're going to do Cincinnati Bengals passing touchdowns 1+. So with that, we have 1,000 odds, and if you put $20, you win $220. It's not bad. I do have
That's not
another
bad.
one. I do have one more.
Go on.
This is the riskier one.
Okay.
This is Bengals -2.5. This is
Got to
I
win by
know,
a field goal.
I know. This is first touchdown scorer,
First.
Jamar Chase,
Okay.
and an anytime touchdown scorer, Joe Mixon and Odell. Then put the cherry on top.
Oh, cherries.
I have Bengals over 90 or over 22. No, that's wrong, actually. I have team to lose a fumble, the LA Rams.
Oh, you think the Rams are gonna fumble and lose?
So I have Bengals 2.5. This is like if you're feeling risky. Bengals 2.5. Jamar Chase first touchdown. Joe Mixon and Odell anytime. And the Rams to lose a fumble, because I feel like they're gonna have to do a little Hail Mary, a little lateral. Your odds are 20,000. So if you put $20 on it, you win $4,020. But that's if you want to get mixy. But
I have a feeling I know who's gonna fumble too.
so before I send it to you, Carl, my Super Bowl MVP pick.
Mhm.
If the Rams win, it's going to be Odell. I have a feeling. If
Okay.
it's the Bengals, it's going to be Joe Burrow.
Okay.
And I think
Oh.
Evan McPherson hits a 50+ yard field goal.
Oh. Ooh. Okay.
Do you remember your Evan McPherson bet?
Yes, I do. If he hits the game-winning
field goal.
game-winning field goal with no time left, I will buy an Evan McPherson jersey. I'm sticking to it. But I'm not doing any parlays because I have a problem. So I'm trying to leave or keep off of it. But I'll just tell you what I think is going to happen in the game.
Okay, tell me.
I think Joe Mixon is going to get the first touchdown of the game.
Okay.
I think Odell is going to throw he's going to throw a pass, but it's not going to be for a touchdown.
Really? You think they're going to get a little mixy out there?
They're going to get a little mixy.
All right.
I think Matt Gay misses a field goal.
Why is that?
I just have a feeling.
Yeah, why?
I just have a feeling. Maybe at the end of the first half. I don't know. Stafford's going to throw at least 2 touchdowns and maybe a pick
Oh, he's definitely throwing a pick.
to Eli Apple.
I did see something funny about Mr. Eli Apple today.
I did too.
I don't know if we can say it on live. I don't think.
No, let's not say
it. Probably shouldn't, to be honest with you.
We're not going to.
Yeah.
But I do think the Bengals are going to win by 2.
2
or 1. 2 or 1. 1 or 2.
I think they'll win by 3
Okay. Well, you have the -2. So,
and a half.
yeah, my bad. -2.5. So that's the end of the Super Bowl talk. Let's move on to a new segment that we're gonna do. We're gonna do top 5. We're gonna name our top 5 at each position for each sport. So we're gonna start with football, then we're gonna go to basketball, and hopefully we'll go to baseball. And once the whole lockout situation ends, we'll talk more about baseball when it gets closer to the season. So Jack, how do you want to do this? You want to go your top? You want to go 5? I go 5, then 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1.
That was the most confusing thing ever.
Do you want to go?
I give my list and you just give your list.
Now, how about you name your number 5 and I'll name my number 5.
What position are we doing?
Quarterbacks.
Okay.
We're doing our top 5 quarterbacks. Jack, who's your number 5 number quarterback?
I gotta think. So this is like active players right now.
Active player, so Tom Brady, no.
Okay.
We can do an all time in the future, but right now, current.
All right, number 5, Kyler Murray.
Okay. Okay. My number 5 is he's in the Super Bowl, Matt Stafford.
Oh, damn. All right.
You're number 4.
Number 4.
Anticipation. I wish I had a mic.
This is tough. Like,
Come on.
this is gonna be a shocker. Justin Herbert.
That's funny you say that. We'll get to it later. My number 4 is Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
He had a bad year, but I still think he's top 5.
Number 3, right?
Number 3.
Aaron Rodgers.
Okay. I forgot about Aaron Rodgers, so I'm readjusting my list. It's gonna be Herbert number 5.
Oh, did you had Herbert at 3?
Maybe.
Okay.
So Justin Herbert 5, Lamar 4, Aaron Rodgers 3. I'll agree with you there.
Okay.
Your number 2. I think our 3, 2, and 1s are gonna be the same.
Number 2 is Patrick Mahomes.
Yes, absolutely. Here, let me do the honors of naming the number 1.
Justin Fields.
I wasn't going there.
I'm just kidding.
Josh Allen. Josh Allen is our number 1 quarterback. I think that was obvious just from the last couple of weeks of the regular season into the playoffs. He's played spectacular. I wish he was playing like this the whole season. He deserves an MVP. I think he'll get it next year, but yeah, it's okay. So, Jack, that was a great top 5.
Oh, is that the only position we're doing today?
We're doing 1 a week.
So we're only doing 1 position for football, and then we're done.
We may no. Next week we'll do running backs, and maybe we'll stick in wide receiver.
Well, I mean, we got some time. Why don't we stick in running backs right now?
You want to do running backs right now?
We can do running backs right now.
Sure, we can do running backs right now.
Okay, then you start.
Okay. I didn't make a list for this one, but
I didn't even know you made a list for the first one.
I didn't. Okay, so top 5 running backs. Number 5 is going to be Ezekiel Elliott.
Najee Harris.
Najee's my number 4.
Okay. Number 4, Aaron Jones.
Let's go. Ooh. This is a tough one. Let's go with number 3, Alvin Kamara.
Same. I got AK at 3.
Okay. Number 2, Nick Chubb. Oh wait, no. Wait, no. Screw Kamara. He's going to jail. No. Nick Chubb 3.
Okay, then what's 2?
Number 2 is Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor.
And I think we both have our same number 1.
This is bullshit, bro. Why can't we? We don't. Okay, let's do receivers.
Number 1, Derrick Henry.
Okay, yeah, we get it. Let's do receivers.
Oh man, okay.
Might as well.
You start. Yeah, might as well. Let's do it.
Number 5.
Number 5 for you.
Hold on.
I have my number 5. You want me to go?
Yeah, just go real quick.
Number 5, Mike Evans.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Do you have any explanation?
He's still a beast. He put up 8 straight 1,000-yard receiving yard seasons.
Okay. I got it now.
Okay.
Number 5, Stephon Diggs.
Ooh, that's a good one. My number 4 is Diggs.
Devontae Adams.
Ooh, I'll go Tyreek.
For 3?
Yeah.
3, I got D-Hop.
2's D-Hop for me.
2 is Cooper Kupp.
Oh, wow. Number 1 is Devontae Adams.
Number 1's Tyreek Hill.
Oh, wow. Oh, we have a different list now.
He's unstoppable.
Cooper Kupp already at 2?
Come on, man. Look at the year.
Listen, I'm a Cooper Kupp mark. I love Cooper Kupp. White boy wonder, I call him.
Carl likes white people. That's why.
What?
Nothing.
I scouted him out of college. I wanted the Bears to take him, but okay, that's fine.
I don't know. It's just watching Cooper Kupp in that Rams 49ers game. I just never. I was just so lost on how he kept getting open. Like, I was just so impressed. It was crazy. And
He's in the slot.
Okay, so what? Are you saying Michael Thomas isn't good when healthy?
No, I'm not saying that.
That's my point. Like, I don't care if you're lining up by the Gatorade. Like, if you're a good receiver, you're a good receiver. And Cooper Kupp is the triple. When's the last time we had a triple crown?
I think it was Steve Smith.
Exactly. Look at Steve Smith. He's on NFL Network. He's on.
I agree. Cooper Kupp had the second best receiving season of all time. Arguably number one. But I think I love him to death, but he needs another season like this.
I don't know. I mean, Cooper Kupp's been good every year.
Well,
I just think you're hating. You're just not trying to show that you're.
What?
I'm not gonna say that.
Oh my gosh! How dare you?
Can't say that, man.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, that's the end of the podcast. Jack Steele, Carl Liza, signing off for the Shy City Boys. You can find our links to our socials in the bio, and we will talk to you later.